everyone started to work against me. No one wanted to do the referrals. No one wanted to get the services started first. It was just, I was stonewalled. And part of the case plan was it was reunification / adoption. So I believe at the time they really just didn't want me to have it. At the beginning it was good. I mean, we passed some good notes, but then it got to the point there were some bad notes that were passed because I will never forget I plaited his hair. And of course, them not knowing anything about plaits, something got in his hair. And so my daughter had did his hair before, so when he came back, his hair was like the way it was before. And I was like, hey, what's going on? I'll send his hair such and such way. But once again, there was tension there because he had already made it very clear to me that he loved my son and he wanted my son. I had case managers that at the beginning were not there for me. And finally, I just had to get rid of them. Okay, I'm just going to keep it real. I'll never forget, I would probably cry from Friday to Tuesday because I knew that once he left on Friday, I wasn't going to see him again until Tuesday. And I went through this, and I harbored this hurt, I harbored this pain because I had to stay the course. I had a case plan. I wanted my son home. I couldn't let the tears I wanted to have then, I said I would have when he came home, and not before then. And then finally, one day, the judge was like, when are you going to stop coming? And I said, I'm not going to stop coming till my son comes home. That's what I told him. So, and I guess my thing to you all, the system definitely does not look at guys as a being, or single men as a being, a person. The woman, if the woman can't get the child, it's never, we look at the father. The father's always bypassed, at least up there. I don't know how y'all do it here. But if you meet a George Poole, or if you meet a man that's really trying to go to wherever he needs to go to get what he needs to get done, as a team, you all come together, you pull for that person. You don't pull against that person. You gotta take out the blinders of what you're looking at about a person on paper and get to know the individual. Because we all could have certain things on paper. We just never got caught, so it's not on paper. You understand me? That's a big difference. You understand me? It wasn't until he handed him to me. I never saw him cry before then. I had never seen him cry till that day. And when he cried, it was like he couldn't stop. And his wife was with him, and she was crying too. And they had every right to. Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose that day. You understand me? To me, there was no real winner there. Because yes, after 14 months of me going down to this courthouse and being denied my rights to be a dad, being like knocked down and beat up, they had all type of hearings for me. I mean, it was like a witch hunt. Every other week I was in court. It got to the point I thought I was going to lose my job. Because every now and then they would, we got to go to court for this. We got to go. Where we going? Sometimes I didn't know what I was there for, but the judge was very happy at the end. The biological parent will probably have some problems at the beginning. But if you know, in a situation like this with him, why would you want it to stop? Why would you want it to end? Now all of a sudden, DCF back in the picture. But this situation was much differently because I wound up getting the same judge. I wound up getting the same attorney. Those 8 Garnet Lighton lawyers, Garnet Lighton this person, this other attorney for the child, he had his own attorney. It was about 9 people that fought me for 14 months. When they saw me come in there, they said, sit down. We know you've been vetted. We know we put you through more than what we've ever put anyone through. And we're sorry. And we're going to make this thing right today. So when I went there with my other 3 kids, it wasn't like they were going anywhere else besides my house. And so the judge signed off, okay, they're not going into foster care. Everyone in here knows you, Mr. Poole. They're going to go home with you. I can honestly tell you that if I hadn't gone through what I went through, meaning if I hadn't gone through the therapy, especially the therapy, I would not be the person I am now. Meaning there was a lot of things that was going on with me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you I was all together there because I wasn't. I was messed up. And especially the person I chose to have, at that time. But nevertheless, it taught me to be a better man. It taught me to be able to express my feelings. It taught me to be able to work out whatever I need to work out. I have a better relationship with my children now because I'm able to talk to them. So some of the things that I went through, I may have not liked, but at the end, it made me a better person. But my point, I guess I would say to you all is that if you meet someone that's really trying to do the right thing, stop looking at their past and why that child's in the system. Now, I understand y'all job's hard. I get it. You're not going to meet everyone that's going to be like me. They're going to be I know y'all deal with knuckleheads every day. Let's just be real. Knucklehead, hard-headed parents that, well, what I got a case plan for? What I got to do this for? I ain't do nothing wrong. We made them feel at home. We didn't have no collard greens or nothing like that. But or did we have collard greens? We had collard greens at that time? Okay, so we did have collard greens. Okay. Well, the point is that at the end, me and Scott, we became such great friends. You understand me? It was such a hard journey that we had to look past how we personally perceived each other from the beginning of just what we heard. Because, as he said, we were judging each other before we met each other. I love him as if he was my own brother. And I have no problem with any time he wants to take Chubbs. Even if he don't know it today, but he's here by himself, so he's going on duty this afternoon. I'm going to go enjoy some Pensacola Beach. Because I'm from West Palm, and we ain't never seen beaches this beautiful. So we're going to drop him off. We're going to drop him with a bag. And we're going to go have us a good little time. And maybe we might meet him for dinner later, maybe. But we have been really shown a lot of love. I know they would have never given me my other 3 kids, and so maybe God saw something that I didn't see. And he just used Chubb as being somewhat of an interference referee or get the ball kicking and going down the court to make it that it happened. I'm thankful for Scott and his family, because they're our family now. We're like a family. We're just an extended family. And what I love most about them is that they never saw him to be a color. They never saw him to be a color. They never looked at him like a color. I mean, they would take pictures of him placed. I'm like, but don't they know they white? But I'm just saying. A lot of people need to know about this because it doesn't have to stop when that child comes home. And that's my biggest point, because that's what it's all about. It's all about the kingdom building and the impact and how it changed him and how it changed me. Because you would have never thought that, at the end, most parents, when they get their kid back, they don't have anything to do with the foster parent or whoever took care of their kid all that time. They just want their child back home.